Alright, so hello everyone, it's Jaden and welcome back to the Spilled Coffee Studio channel, or hello if this is your first ever time here. Today I am going to be working on a school project, another one, but this time it is a very large oil painting. It is 36 by 36, which is the largest painting or piece in general that I've ever done. It is due on March 27th, and I am currently filming this video on March, I don't know when it is. That's so bad. It's like March 12th or something like that, I think. I don't know. I'll correct myself here while I'm editing. But yeah, that is the piece that I'm going to get to work on. But first, as you can see where I'm sitting, which is like a totally new part of like my apartment and stuff, there's a little radio and a bunch of cassettes. So I'm gonna get some music playing and then I'm gonna get to work because I have so much that I need to get done that it's actually ridiculous. Actually, before I get the music playing, let me show you guys what we're working with and then I'll get started. Alright, so here is the painting. It's a self-portrait with me reading a magazine with a bunch of records surrounding me. Now, as you can see, I don't have much done, just this one little corner over here, and I really need to get to work. I think one of my biggest things I want to do is trying to put down like the main colors that I need for everything that's blank before going back in and actually like refining everything, because I think that's going to be the smartest thing to do, especially so like there aren't big white splotches. But yeah, I'm gonna put some music on and then get to work. Also, if you're wondering, well, you can kind of tell, like I'm literally like sitting on the floor. There's my feet. I'm sitting on an exercise mat to get to work on this big boy because there's literally nowhere else where I can have this because I don't have a big enough easel to set it on, so I have to prop it up against this love seat. But yeah, let me get some music started and then get to work. Oh, and also putting my hair up because that'd be bad if I got paint in my hair. But yeah, let's get to it. Alright, so as you can see, here are just some of the cassettes that I have, and then I just picked out one, which was the Slaughter Stick It To You album, before putting it into my little radio. Now, I also realized, like, once, okay, first you could see that I almost put it in wrong, but I realized that it was kind of annoying, like, playing cassettes while working on this, because I'd have to get up to, like, switch the sides and stuff like that. But yeah, that didn't cross my mind. But anyways, as you can see, right now, I got started on the painting, and I got started by working on the Van Halen 1984 album, which honestly, I love the cover art for this album because it has like the little angel like smoking the cigarette. I love it so much, and but you can tell that obviously I had covered it up. But yeah, so this painting, let me get into this painting. So this painting was incredibly difficult for me. I think one of the things that made it so incredibly hard was the fact that it was done in oil paint. This is the second painting I've ever done in oil paint, and I think I was incredibly ambitious with it, which, I mean, it's kind of a good thing that I was ambitious because, you know, it kind of showed that I was maybe confident. I don't know if that would be the right word to use, in my skills, or that I just wanted to, or at least try, you know, to do something a lot better than my last painting. And also a painting that is much more me. However, oil paint is very difficult to work with, and it definitely has to do with the fact that it takes a long time to dry. And that was probably one of the things that made it really hard for me, is because this piece has a lot of little details in it, and it was very difficult to get some of these little details in because the piece, you know, wasn't completely dry, which meant that I had to, like, you know, I had to be really, really careful, or else like some of the paint would smear and blend in with each other, and it was a really frustrating thing to do. Right now I'm working on the Slaughter album, and I'm just putting down like the very first layer of the color before I'll eventually go back in later and cleaning it up and getting it more like closer to like the album cover. So let me talk a little bit more about like the meaning of this piece. Now, so I obviously really enjoy rock music, and I've talked about this before, how my love of it has come from my mom, because this is the music that she listened to growing up. And I've also mentioned this before, that my mom has since passed away. And the music that she introduced to me is like a connection that I still have to her. So it's something that obviously I still hold on to and I care a lot about. Hence why I make a lot of pieces related to this music, and I also listen to it all the time. And because of her introducing me to these other artists, I learned so many new songs that I really like, and they've inspired me to create art. And yeah, it's just something that's really important to me. And that's why I wanted to do this piece of me reading not only a magazine that was my mom's when she was younger, and we had found it while going through my grandparents' basement, but also all of the artists that are featured on these vinyls are artists that my mom had introduced to me. So there's Poison and Motley Crue and AC/DC and Warrant, and there's a bunch of other artists on here. But right now I'm working on Slaughter's album, so you don't really get to see it. But yeah, this is why it was a bit of like an important piece for me, even though it was also a pain in the butt to do, especially because, like I mentioned, all of the little details and stuff that I decided I would add into it, and also the fact that I had to bring it home like several times over the weekend just so I could work on it, or else it wouldn't be finished. Thankfully, now I mentioned in the intro that if this painting was due like March something, I can't remember exactly what I said, but we actually ended up doing the critique for this piece on April 1st, which was a Monday, which meant that I got a whole like new weekend just to work on this piece, which was incredibly helpful for me, or else some of the albums would not have been finished, and those were like the most important part of the piece. During the critique, I did get some good comments, and I'm hoping that before my final portfolio for my painting classes due, I will at some point be able to go back in and fix up some of this piece, though I'm not entirely sure. One thing which you'll see at the very end as I include a picture of the final piece is that the hand is a little wonky looking, which I mentioned that when I was doing my little like presentation for the critique, and the skin color is not like very great looking, and that's something that I really need to like work on. It's something that I struggle with a lot. But yeah, I'll just need to practice more in order to get better. That's the best thing that I can do. But yeah, right now in my painting class, obviously since this has long been finished, we are starting our final painting. And my final painting, you might as well talk about it now, is going to be of a bird's nest. Particularly, I'm going to do blue jays just because my family calls me Jaybird, and blue jays. And basically, it's inspired by how some birds, but this isn't something that blue jays do. But like I just said, I'm doing blue jays because of, the nickname Jaybird. Yeah, but anyways, there are some birds who will like to put like shiny things or like interesting objects into their nest. And basically, my whole idea was these blue jays making a nest out of not only like, of course, like sticks and stuff like that, but out of items that I particularly have memories related to them. So things like concert tickets or like random little trinkets that I have. And I thought about making the piece a like mixed media piece, which means that like some of the little trinkets will be made out of clay, and I'll have to figure out how to attach them onto the canvas. Still not 100% sure on how to do that. I could do like some kind of like spray adhesive, but I also thought about like maybe trying to stitch them on by leaving like little holes or like something like that. And ooh, I don't know if you guys heard that, but it's really windy, and like something just like hit the window. But anyways, but like leaving like little holes into it so I could stitch it onto the canvas. I have seen like artists do stuff like that before, so that is totally an option that I could do. But yeah, I'm still trying to figure that out. I just started doing the underpainting for that piece on Monday. And also, if you're curious, when I am filming this voiceover, it is Tuesday, April 9th. So it has been quite a while since I filmed the intro for this piece, but also since I like finished this piece in general. But yeah, I had this sitting in my phone and I thought I might as well turn it into a video for you guys. I'm still trying to work on some new things. I hope that like when like my summer break starts, because I'm not doing any like summer classes, I'll be able to get like quite a few like videos like done and ready for you guys, especially because I'll have a lot more free time. Especially I'll be like really busy with my next semester. I actually signed up for my classes today, like earlier this morning, which I had to do a little bit of rearranging because one of my classes was already filled up, even though I like didn't even get like onto the registration thing like that long after my time opened, and it was already like filled up, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And it was like a really large class too. I was like, oh my god. But like anyways, like the joys of trying to register for college classes, am I right? But yeah, I'm gonna have a pretty packed schedule next semester. I'm also gonna have like more classes ending like later in the day, which kind of sucks, but they were like the only ones that like could work. Like one of the classes, I have to take a figure drawing class because it's part of my degree that I'm getting, and it's only offered in the fall. So, you know, I was going to take it for my fall semester, and the only one that was open was from like 5:30 to 8 o'clock, which really sucks that it ends at 8 o'clock. But like, there was nothing I could do because I have to take that class, and I didn't want to wait all the way until like my next fall semester, especially because I had to take an advanced figure drawing class and stuff like that. Also, I apologize for like the constant changes in lighting. The sun kept like going in and out behind clouds and stuff like that. But yeah, but I am excited for my next semester for like the new classes and stuff. I hope that I'll be able to get everything done in a timely manner because I also added in a minor. I'm doing an entrepreneurship minor. And I thought about taking some of the classes for that over the summer, but like none of the classes would like work for me, which also kind of sucked. But yeah, or I also thought about taking like some of the other like art classes that I need over the summer, like the art history electives that I have to take. But like every single art history class was one that was like a study abroad one, which I understand, but like every single one. And I was like, oh, man, because I could have gotten some classes knocked out, but oh well, just I might have to be in like an extra semester or something like that. I'm not 100% sure. I'm trying to figure it out as I go. My advisor has helped, but I think the only thing that makes this like difficult is that as I'm somebody who is getting an art degree, specifically a BFA in studio art, I have to, which this might also apply to like the like BA and BS, and if you're getting it in studio art, but you need to take like a certain amount of studio classes. And the only thing is like I don't want to overwhelm myself with a bunch of studio classes because obviously that would be like incredibly overwhelming to have so many classes like that in one semester. But the thing is, you also need like a certain amount of them, like for us, like a part of like the degree, and like it's a part of like the requirements. Like you have to have like 6 of them completed, but like the painting one, for example, won't count for that requirement because it's a part of like the studio or my particular studio concentration. And yeah, I don't know how people do it. But anyways, as you can see, quite a bit more has been done on this piece because this is like the next weekend. Right now, I decided to add in, because of a suggestion my professor made, a shag rug just to give it a little bit more interest. So I was putting down like one of the base layers for the color of that shag rug, which I ended up really, really liking in the end because I just loved the texture that I ended up giving the painting. It was a really fun, like, nice texture, especially because I used a bit more of I made the paint a little bit thicker, so it kind of stuck off the canvas a little bit, and I really enjoyed the way that looked. Also really like there's a name for the floor, like the little wood tiles. I cannot think of what it's called right now, but I know it starts with like a P. But as you can see, all of those had been added in. And then I really needed to lock in, so I stopped filming. But here is the final piece. I'm very happy with how it came out. I just really hate the skin and like my hands and stuff, so I'm gonna really need to work on that, or at least hopefully I'll be able to do that until my final portfolio. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you all have an amazing day, and thank you so much for watching.